Hi, beautiful people. Sorry for the late video. I had various things going on today. Today I'm going to be talking about how to cultivate your holistic health at the physical level. So in my previous video, I talked about the importance of the holistic health being from the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects, right? So this today is going to be the 101 of the physical habits that we can actually start to cultivate in our lives to build our holistic health. So as I go on about, and I hope I'm not boring you about, but it's that we have to drill this in that we are a product of our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual habits, or unhealthy habits, if we want to put it like that, right? So we have to realize that the power is in our hands, that we can actually do so much more than we are told and shown perhaps, or integrated into our lives, that to actually prevent illness and promote good health and healing and well-being, right? So we are not, this is not promoted because it doesn't sell anything, of course. It's very important that we can start to take our own healing and health into our own hands, because it's a really vital step, so for sovereignty of your body, sovereignty, and also your freedom. So I'm very, very strong about this, and I'm hoping that I will invite you today to start to just take on a few habits that you can see how easy it is to actually just start to upgrade some of them. Today I'm going to go about there's the physical habits that we can actually do to create health and healing are basically the food that we eat, the drink and what we drink, the movement, the habit of movement, sleep, and stressors. So EDMSS. And I'm going to go into the two pillars today, which are our eating habits, what we eat, but also how we eat and when we eat, and also the drink. Okay, so disclaimer: I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a nutritionalist. I'm an immunologist, but it's been a passion of mine how foods affect health and how they can boost and aid our immune system. And I've been in the health industry long enough to know that the ins and outs and the goods and the bads, and for good balanced holistic health and diet, right? So, and I also collaborate with a nutritionist. So if you need some more help specifically on specific cases, then I can, you can reach out to me, and I can get you in touch with her. So it's very important we start to upgrade our habits of health, our physical habits of health, but most importantly, by upgrading our physical habits of health, we can start to really see them as acts of love. So we're cultivating a loving relationship with our health at the physical level, right? And this is crucial. It's not a push-pull thing. It's more of an opportunity to really to take care of our beautiful body, and to really start to develop a caring, loving through nurturing our physical body, right? So with physical problems, there's a sign, there's a signal, there's a message, there's a wisdom that's coming through and telling us that something's not right, from the physical, the mental, emotional, or spiritual level, right? So something has to change. And so we can do this by starting to change and upgrade, bringing in mini power habits to actually start to cultivate healing and health, right? Our body is working 24/7, round the clock, is our servant, for balance and homeostasis and harmony inside and out. And it's not just a pleasure device or a vehicle to take us through the life to have whatever pleasure we want. Most of the time we have quite an unloving, in fact, abusive relationship to our bodies. And so it's really, really vital that we start to change that, because the body never stops listening. It's always listening, and it never lies. So it always tells us when we need something upgrades, and we need some change, right? Because it will just kick up a fight, right? It will tell us, it will give us some pain, it will give us some dis-ease, it will give us a signal, like a dashboard, a red light signal saying things are not working fluidly well right now. You need to pay attention. So this can be our, it can be one of our highest, it can be one of our highest, like the greatest teachers. The adversity of ill health can be one of our greatest teachers to actually propel us and make us motivated to change, right? So with that being said, so I'm going to go through 2 pillars so that the videos don't get too long. 2 pillars today. So the food and what we drink, what we eat and what we drink, basically. So everyone knows that, the food is the building blocks of our life, that we cannot stay healthy if we don't maintain a healthy, long-term healthy diet, or I don't even like the word diet, healthy eating habits, right? So it's not about fads, it's not about this, it's not about that. It's really about starting to develop, knowing, quite frankly, most of us know that refined wheat or refined sugars or processed food is terribly bad for us. Fried foods, these are the basics, right? These are the basics. So we all know what, that we have to eat more vegetables and fruits that are high in quality, not transferred across the world, so local products, and hopefully most, the best are organic, obviously, because of the problems with the pesticides and all sorts of other things that are they putting into and spraying. Roundup now has been, was not actually a weed killer, it's actually antibiotics. So they're just bombarding our food with antibiotics, which is damaging our gut. So we all know the rule of thumb, right? That we just have to try and get more vegetables and fruits into our diet. I always tell my daughter that we need to use like rainbow colors. Try and have a rainbow color diet in your, if you're having, on your plate, make sure there's lots of colors, basically. That's a simple thing, rule of thumb, right? So a minimum of 5 portions or parts of fruit and vegetable per day, a minimum. So that's basic rule of thumb, trying to keep down as much as possible refined wheats, refined sugars, and fried foods out of our diet. And keeping in with healthy proteins and healthy fats. There's also lots of things about micronutrients and trace elements. When you can actually start to just look into them and just see, there's actually not that many of them. There's only 9 trace elements that we have to keep an eye out for, and to keep a balanced, diet. Vitamins as well, obviously. But if you try and keep the rainbow colors in your diet, plus bringing in certain types of what I call preventative or foods loaded with antioxidants. So preventative medicine basically is like the foods that you can eat to help prevent you from getting sick. And there is so much information online now that you can just go in. You can also get a blood test and make sure that you're not lacking any vitamins. And if you are, then you can just go and see which foods and which vegetables and which fruits hold those. Which foods hold the most vitamins, and so you can start to so we can do a lot. We really can, and it's not difficult to find information out now. You know, type in the top best superfoods, and you get a list, you know, and start adding them into your diet. We know a lot of this stuff, yet we don't actually do it as a habit. So this is what I'm going to go into in a little bit afterwards. It's really, really important to start building the habits that we do, and I have a system that I can, you know, I've shared in many videos. I can share again at the end of this video a simple system of change, which is just bringing in every single month one extra bit. So you start building, you start nurturing your health, right? So preventative foods are very, very important for our diet, especially because we have so many toxins and, you know, environmental stressors, and the foods that we have, the quality of the food that we eat is not as good as it used to be. The soil quality is not as good. So, you know, there's lots of oxidative stress, so we need antioxidants in our food. We all know that by now, hopefully, and anti-cancer and anti-aging foods. And some of these foods are so simple to add into your daily habits. So, for example, probiotics is another one. You know, type in superfoods and you'll just start, you know, which ones you're not adding in your diet. Add one per month. You know, just start somewhere, right? So sauerkraut, for example, is a perfect probiotic. It's a very, very good way of getting all the gut, you know, boosting the gut. We know that the gut is a third brain. We all know what the importance of maintaining our gut, especially if you're taking, you know, prone to taking antibiotics. So we all know that. You know, or hopefully know that there are ways that you can start to bring in probiotic foods into your life, drinking kefir, drinking kombucha, you know, creating habits that heal, right? So these are all, well, you can look into them. Also superfoods, like I said, you know, the benefits of berries and mushrooms. The mushrooms is something that I'm really getting excited about at the moment, that there is so many different incredible benefits for mushrooms, health benefits that they give you, antioxidants and anti-cancer, and you know, so many mushrooms. So just, you know, start bringing mushrooms into your diet. And there's loads of food products now that can help you, you know, get those the quantity into your diet easier and faster, right? So some of the mushrooms are lion's mane mushrooms, turkey tail mushrooms, reishi mushrooms, how do you pronounce the shiitake mushrooms, portobello, or oyster mushrooms. All of these are like mushrooms that will, enoki mushrooms. All of these have benefits, and you can see which ones you need more of. So some of them help to reduce blood sugar, some of them help to reduce blood pressure, some of them are helping for slowing cancer growth, some of them are for helping chronic diseases. For people who have chronic pain, the reishi mushrooms, which are actually from, I think they're, yeah, another name of it is Ganoderma reishi mushrooms. They're from tree fungi, and they're incredibly good for helping chronic pain, so reducing chronic pain. There's so many things that we can do for ourselves. Like, okay, so I'm not going to go into the details again more and more, but just I'm giving you a basic 101 here, so you can start to notice where your you know, diet, sometimes we just need a kind of like a kick up the ass, or a, you know, push in the right direction, right? So you can just get some, you know, basic supplements, or, you know, products that have all like powdered mushrooms. Like this products you can get now, it's like 7 powdered mushrooms, and just bring that in and put it into your soups. You know, I mean, it's simple, right? There are simple ways that you can go about putting things into your diet, into your healthy eating plan. So another thing about this is really important is the importance of how we eat. So most of the time, also a lot of us eat, hopefully not all of us, on the go, or, they just, taking a sandwich or, something, and they're rushing off to work, or they're eating in the car, or they're... So the problem with this is that we don't actually give the nervous system a break. And when we're eating and we're trying to digest at the same time, those two things just don't go together. So then the food is not digested properly, and it becomes fermented, and there's lots of problems with that. So when we're eating, I invite you to take it as an opportunity for self-love, for giving your body a chance to rest, to sit, to to be nurtured, and to be loved. So an act of self-love. I'm going to sneeze, I think. Excuse me. An act of self-love. So when we're about to eat, sit down and just really take a deep breath, and just give your center yourself, and just allow that food, and give the intention for it to nurture you, for it to be whole and well received. And you will see a massive change in the way you digest, and obviously eat slowly, eat without rushing, and hopefully in a nice, calm, peaceful family environment, right? So all of these things play a massive role. So really take your time to kind of ritualize food, and ritualize. My daughter always loves to light a candle, always just say a little prayer, so thank you for the food, and thank you for it nourishing our bodies, So it doesn't have to be a long-winded thing. It doesn't have to be a religious thing, but just take an opportunity for you to find something that really resonates with you, right? And obviously the water quality, right? So that what we're drinking per day is really, really important as well, apart from the food. And not only the quality and the quantity of the water, but when you're drinking it, and how you're drinking it. So, okay, I'm going to stay mostly with water. I'm going to stay with water. We know, you can add teas into your life. Teas are a great way. Various different teas, green teas, mate teas, herbal teas are a great way to increase, your nutrient levels. But the most important thing is that we take the quality of water, the quality that we're drinking of the water is, checked and primal, because it's really, really vital, since it's, we're 95%, I think it's, 70% in volume, 95 in weight, 95% in the other one. I can't remember now. My brain is not functioning properly, sorry. So we're really vitally, we're water. And so we have to really, keep tabs on what water we're drinking, and the quality. Okay, sorry about that. My brain just had a little meltdown. Keeping it authentic here and real. So the quantity of water is also really, really important. So how much water are you taking in? And we need to remember that the quantity of water has to be the maximum in the morning. So the moment you wake up from the rest to the rest of the afternoon, it's a massive increase in water, and then it slowly declines throughout the evening. So you're not drinking lots of water or teas at nighttime, or just before you go to bed, right? So the importance of the quantity is, focus on the morning. When you wake up in the morning, get down at least 2 glasses of water as soon as you wake up. I have a glass of water before next to my bed, and I then take another glass of warm water with lemon, and I down that. I drink that, quickly, because we are dehydrated when we wake up. Basically, we're dehydrated from the night's sleep, and we need to start to get our body functioning again. And the best thing to do is just, get 2 glasses of water down you as soon as possible, as soon as you wake up, as a habit. So do that, and you will see a massive difference in your, in your fascia and the way your body moves, and you actually wake up, easier and faster. So focus, the majority of your water drinking is the morning to the afternoon. And again, I was talking about the quantity and the quality, and also how. So how do we drink our water? Is it we drinking it just with a glug, glug, glug? And as we're drinking it, we're thinking about all the things that we have to do, all the stresses and the frustration with our boss or whatever it is, or frustration with our kids or husband or whatever it is that's taxing us right at that moment. Because whatever we drink does leave a lasting impression on the water. And this is really interesting research, and I invite you to look into it. So we giving an impression of the water when you're drinking it and thinking about it as you drink it, and giving it a loving intention. So again, I love you. That's all I have to do. All we have to do is, when you're drinking water, again, taking every opportunity to ritualize self-love, self-care, self-nurturing. And you will see massive changes in your body once you start to do this on a regular basis. So with that, I'm going to leave it for the 2 pillars and move on to the next 3 pillars tomorrow. But in the meantime, like I said, if you need a nutritionist, I can refer you one. If you need, some help with how to actually gain more insight, I've got loads and loads of free resources. So reach out to me for any of those superfoods or immune boosting foods, or, all these kind of things. So reach out to me. And just, if any of those, things that I was talking about before, you don't have them in your diet, like write a list of the things that you want to input into your health as a habit. The system that I have is write a list of all the things that you want to put into your health habits, and then choose one at the beginning of every month. And you also write a list of all the things that you want to release from, your bad habits or your bad health habits, like too much chocolate or too much coffee or too much this or too much that, right? Or processed food, or some kind of thing that you really love and, you want to try and start to wean yourself off it, right? So you can have a list of all the things that you want in and the things that you want out, and then replace one with the other. So once a month, you just, and you can do 2 if you want, but just don't overload yourself. Like, don't say, I'm going to go and start doing 5 different, probiotics and mushrooms and, all the other different things that I've just said right now, right? So just kind of try and stay focused on 1 or 2 things so that you can actually give yourself the heads up. Aim low so that you can succeed. That's really, really important. Aim low in the sense, like, make sure that you win. So it's a little step, and then just build up, build every month, bringing in a new habit of for health, right? So, and enlist a friend or enlist a coach or someone who can actually keep you accountable. So make sure that it's written down, and it's you've made a decision. Follow that decision, keep it going for every single day for at least a month. And once you've kept it going for 1 month, then you've got already the habit in place. And so the system of change is just so simple. Habit in, habit out. Once a month in, you put 1 in, you replace the bad habit. Keep going, keep it moving, keep it tracking. So you've got habit tracking apps, you can download them, whatever. This habit share is really, really great. Enroll a friend, and remember to keep rewarding yourself. So this is really important, because when you reward yourself, your dopamine, you get your dopamine hit. It's like gaming, why everyone's mad on gaming. If you get the dopamine going, then you actually give yourself that reward, internal reward, and you will really want to get yourself keep yourself going, right? So and then you don't have this fall off and these massive kind of drop offs. So keep it specific and doable and winnable so that you can win and get yourself an accountability partner, buddy, or coach. So with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'm sorry for my evening video, a little bit late. It's almost 10 o'clock here. I'll speak to you and do another video tomorrow with the next pillars of how to improve your health habits at the physical level. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.